good enough position for you?
We're live.
It's a miracle.
What's happening, folks? We're live Wednesday night. What's going on? Who's the first one on?
They get a sticker.
Whoever's first one on tonight gets a sticker. Where you at? We had to change rooms. The sun over there was just killing us. Yeah. Nobody on yet? Who is that?
What does it say? That's Skeeter. Skeeter, we were just talking about you.
It's just Captain
Trips was the first one. Hey, Captain Trips, send us your email address at mitch@heartintentions.com and we'll send you a sticker because you were the first one on. So, hey, Skeeter, I didn't hear from you. So for the little interview thing, so email us, okay? Okay, Marcus Miller's on.
Hey, Marcus, what's happening, bro?
Josh and Ash, Mikey 222 times. Says,
Mikey,
what's up from
what's
from Laughlin? We love you guys. We love you guys too. Fred's up. What's up, Smileys? How you doing tonight? And Troy DeBrune, who actually made a little comment on Mitch's page today because he said happy birthday, even though it's not your birthday.
My birthday.
He's in Australia, so it is your birthday because it's tomorrow in Australia.
Well, it's coming up.
He hates that.
I don't really celebrate my birthday all that much. I don't really like it, but you know.
You don't really like a birthday?
Not really. The day I was born was cool, but you know. Yeah.
Hey, Wanry goes up. What's up? El Tremendo, salute from Odessa. Jason said, Captain beat me. Dang it. Hey, Jason, we sent Steve LaBarber that shirt, and that shirt has all the mods' names on it. And I just hope he always comes on later. So just want you to know that we did send that to him and with all the mods' names on it.
And gold the Sharpie.
And then
put from the mods,
Sharpie.
And I put all the mods' names on there.
Hey, homie2417. He said, hey, Tio and Tia Smiley. Hey,
what's happening?
How are you guys doing?
How you doing, homeboy?
I'm glad you're on.
Yeah.
Rhode Island be wilding out. Shout out, Mitch. Jonas, operator, said hello and good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Smiley. Jason said, thanks so much. Steve would love it. Yeah, I think he will too. Daniel Perron said, every day's your birthday.
Yeah, every day's your birthday. Every day you wake up above ground's great, ain't it?
I got him something really cool for his birthday.
I got a call from David today. He's been found suitable for parole for a week. And he's starting to feel it. He's got to wait for the board review and the governor's review. So he's like, man, it's going to drag on. I said, oh, you'll get used to it. You'll get through it.
Steve LaBarber just came on. Steve, did you hear the conversation about what's coming to you in the mail?
I hope not.
Big Mex said, Oxnard in the house. Happy birthday, Holmes.
All right, Oxnard. That's where Casper was from, my friend Casper.
There's a lot of East Coast people in here, Matt Noon said. Yeah, we tried to go in a little bit earlier. We tried to get you guys so we catch everybody.
And we also went on a little early, too, because we have to go see my mom. When we get done tonight, she's having surgery tomorrow. And
lots of prayers for that.
Yeah, lots of prayers for that. So we want to go see her, make sure she follows the doctor's orders and everything. She's not supposed to be eating no junk food, and she's supposed to go to, no water, no food past a certain time, and she has to do certain stuff with then she have to put on some kind of cream or something.
She has a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah, she has a lot of instructions to follow, so we're going to make sure she does all that. Yeah.
Everyone's saying they're going to pray for your mom. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
and you're not seeing me because I'm like
Jean.
Sweaty and yucky, and that's why you're not seeing me.
That's what she always says.
I know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Vegas says hitting that like button with the TV and the phone. Thank you, Vegas. I even forgot about that. Yeah, you guys hit that like button. So
with the TV, with this I tripped out with that. My cousin has a smart TV and he has a remote and he just talks into the remote and it tells the TV what to do.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Big Mac said prayers for sure, Big Mitch. Yeah. So how is everybody doing out there with I know back east, we know in Arizona they had another spike.
Yeah, there's a spike in COVID in Arizona.
Mitch has probably something to say about that. any town that decides to cut loose, and then they wonder why they get it.
I mean, you know, I saw some videos from Arizona. They're partying it up, man. What was that, Memorial Day weekend?
Yeah.
They were just partying it up, man. Boats all in the water, and now they have a spike in COVID. So, you know, we're still being relatively safe. We went to a restaurant one time, and they had the table spread out pretty far. They bleached all the menus and everything, so, you know, it was all right. But we just been hanging around the pad, doing stuff around here, trying to take care of business. I'm going to be starting some more artwork here in a minute. I'm going to try and do a couple things at once, which is possible, and use oil paint if I get busy with oils. I could let one section dry while I do another part. But yeah, just been working, man, driving my ass off down to Sacramento. I drive about anywhere from 60 to 75 miles a day. And it's been pretty hot, so, you know, but hey, it's a cool job. I dig it. And then next month I'm going to start a different, same company, just a different type of work. But hey, look at that. Yeah.
El Tremendo just donated $10 via super chat.
Oh wow, thank you.
And he said, any ghost stories to share with us one day?
What's a ghost story?
You know, the stories like about like hauntings, like in prison.
Yeah, I don't know. They said they had ghosts over there in Preston when I was there, but I never seen them. You know, San Quentin, if any prison has ghosts, it's going to be San Quentin, because a lot of people died there. They used to hang people there. And right when you go down the upper yard and you turn and go down the stairs, there was a spot where the gallows used to be. So it was right there. And then they had the dungeon. Then they had they built like a roadway over a tunnel that used to go down, and that place is a trip. And what people don't know is the very first building that the state of California ever built was the dungeon at San Quentin. And it's still there. They don't use it, obviously, but it's just a big granite block. And you can see on the side of the hill from the lower yard, you look over there, you can see where they quarried the granite out of the side of the hill to build that dungeon. And they had the guys in a prison ship, an old Spanish ship, and they used to bring them up to build that dungeon, and then they moved them into the dungeon. So San Quentin was started in 1852. It was a prisoner ship docked right there in the bay. And people think that bay is really deep and all that stuff, and it might be in some spots, but right outside the prison, the water's only a few feet deep. So that boat was docked there, and you know, it's what built San Quentin. But the last part of San Quentin was built in 1934, North Block. They tore down the old hospital and they built a new hospital when I was there, and they had buildings up over and around the dungeon. So when they tore all that old stuff off, you could see the dungeon, and what they put a cap on it and they preserved it. It's a historical monument. So San Quentin is a functioning historical monument in a California prison. Yeah.
Ryan Rains is on. Our fellow Placervillian is on here. So
we need to go for a ride.
Skeeter asked. He has a good question. He said, "Have you seen the story on Facebook about the HAs and the Mongols teaming up against Antifa to protect Placerville?" So we did see that actually in the. I saw it. I was like,
I saw it several places.
So we'll tell you what we saw when we went. 88 Badfish just donated $25 super chat. Thank you so much. That's super cool.
Awesome, man.
So I'm gonna let Mitch tell what he actually saw down there. So they want to know if that was true.
It's not true. You know, there was rumor that Antifa was going to come to Placerville. So when I came home from work last Monday, I went downtown, and Wednesday they were supposed to show up. I went down Wednesday, did a drive-through, stopped by the barber shop, and 2 of the local bike clubs are down there, and some motorcycle club guys from out of town were up here. There were no Mongols up here. And then all the local Placervillians that are kind of tough guys because they're mountain guys, and they don't put up a lot of shit.
They don't.
You know, they were helping guys board up their businesses and everything, and they're like, "Hey, bring it."
The community was all about it, for sure.
And I'm going to tell you something. There are people walking around with pistols in their pockets, and from what I heard, the local sheriff told people, "Hey, if you feel like your life's threatened and you accidentally kill somebody, don't worry about it.
So
that's Placerville.
Yeah. So George Caius just donated $20 super chat.
Thank you, George.
And he said, "Happy birthday to you, Mitch."
Thank you.
Thank you so much, George.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, tomorrow's my birthday.
It is tomorrow.
I'll be yeah.
He's gonna be 20. He's gonna. I used to always say to people, reverse the numbers, because then you know. Yeah. But you can do that after, I think. What?
I'm 58, going 54. On 18.
He is.
Yeah, I'm 58 going on 18. So yeah, I'll be 59 going on 18. Yeah, you got to remain a kid in your heart, you know.
White Boy Matt from White Boy Lockdown Radio said, "Happy 20th."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Let's see. How far is Placerville from Sacramento?
It's about. I got to ride.
You should know he goes there every day to Sacramento.
I got to ride about 35 miles to my boss's business. So, or is it 35 minutes? I think it's a 35-mile ride down to my boss's business to where I check in. And that's kind of like, is that kind of like the heart of Sac, or it's about in the middle?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not that far. It's a nice ride. But man, it's been hot. And I'll tell you, that hot air in the mornings is cool, but on the way home, that hot air blowing on you, it's it's still a nice ride though.
He comes home, he's beat. Like it was pretty hot out here today.
Yeah, and someone said on one of my last videos I looked like I was loaded. I just want to let you know I don't get loaded, especially I don't. Yeah. So when I do the videos in the other room, the camera's here and the monitor's over here. So sometimes you'll see my eyes look down or to the side. And I do have funky eyes, they're kind of squinty but sometimes I go like that, because I got allergies up here pretty bad, affect my eyes.
Dank Star said, "Go faster, the free air is cooling."
Yeah. Yeah.
And White Boy Lockdown said, "It's called work, it's called a job." Yes, yeah, that's what it's called,
man.
Grind and Pivot, hi.
What's up, Louie? How you doing, brother?
Oh, yeah. El Tremundo donated another super chat via $10. He said, "Happy birthday and thank you for the history lesson."
Thank you.
Thank you so much, El Tremundo. That's cool.
Yeah, San Quentin is. I've never been to Old Folsom. I was in New Folsom, but San Quentin was the first prison built here and they used to execute people at Folsom and at San Quentin, and there was kind of a debate about. And from what I understand, 5 building. It was built by the Chinese. They used to house death row there, and they would hang guys inside 5 building. But it's like the warden, they would go back and forth because they didn't really want to house guys that they had to execute in their prisons, and they really didn't want to have to do it. So they just finally decided to do it at San Quentin. I don't know what year that was, but it was when they were still hanging people, and cowboy days. And but San Quentin has a lot of history. I've seen photographs, and they tore down these old school buildings down in the lower area of San Quentin. There was like photographs in these schoolhouse of when Johnny Cash was there. Johnny Cash did a few concerts there. It was a popular place to go. But
WAC is on, and I can't even talk. Those of you who haven't watched his channel yet, you should. It's up and it's running.
Yeah, WAC has his channel up, Against the Grain.
It's on our community page. If you can't find it, just go to our community page and it's on there.
Can they just click on our community page?
Yes, it's on. I put his video up on our page.
Yeah. And my boss in the carpenter shop knew a guy. He was a truck driver. And he said back, older man, and back in the day, I don't know, it was the 50s or 60s, he would drive truck, and when he couldn't get a load, he would they used to have a jute mill at San Quentin, and they had a brick factory. And rumor, I don't know if it's true, the Preston Castle, which Preston is a youth authority in Ione, California. You can probably Google it because they're trying to save this castle. The castle in Ione was built patterned after a castle in France, and all the bricks that built that castle were supposedly made at San Quentin. But they had a jute mill there, and this truck driver, he was looking for work, and the guy says, "Well, go to San Quentin and haul a load of jute," And so he would drive in, and the first time he went in there, he pulled in. It took him all, a long time to load his truck and all that kind of stuff. And he didn't really dig it. But the cop was sitting there and told him, hey, next time you come in here, just put a can of tobacco up on your dashboard and some rolling papers and a lighter, and so he thought that was kind of strange. And so the next time he came in, he did it. And the cop told him, hey, come on over here and sit down, and he said the cop was sitting there with an umbrella, gave the guy some lemonade, and there was an inmate standing there holding the cop's shotgun. And he was the cop told him, don't be afraid. He says, I need that shotgun. He'll make sure I get it in time, and he said them guys went in the cab, got the tobacco, and loaded his truck up lickety-split, But that was kind of a trip, man. That's old school. The jute mill burnt down, I think, in the early 60s. So
we got 2 super chats. We got $10 from James Graham. And he said, happy birthday, brother. I hope you have an awesome one.
Yeah.
Isabel gave you $25, our buddy Isabel.
Thank you, Isabel.
She said, happy birthday. And she put some little emojis, see the little cakes and stuff, so it's all cute. Thank you so much, you guys. That's so cool.
I like cake. I like carrot cake. Thank you all very much, man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do.
Yeah.
Thank you guys very much.
So
you want to talk about, everybody's got homework. Talk about that movie and then we'll talk about it later.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
the teacher's going to give you guys some homework.
Yeah, but I want to talk a little bit
I think you should.
Like when I was in San Quentin, they had strip cells, and so you got your cell, then there's the bars, then there's a little porch with a window and a door, and they can put flaps up over the window and the door. So your cell's totally black. And I remember one time they came up, beat my ass, drugged me down there and threw me in there for, I sat in there for like a week with just a pair of boxers, no mattress, nothing. And, they didn't darken it up, but I mean, they just left me in there with a pair of boxers. I'd sleep on the fucking concrete. And that's after they beat you down. And sometimes they would beat you down and tear gas you. And the cop would stand at your cell door with a shield. And there'd be 5, 6, 7 cops behind them. When they open the door, they just all rush. So that guy's coming in your cell to pin you against the wall, whether he wants to or not, because he's first in line. But they did some pretty bad shit to us, man. These guys crying about getting shot with rubber bullets and all that shit. We were lucky in San Quentin. They used to shoot us with shotguns. But they also had Mini 14s, and I seen guys get shot with a Mini 14. It kills you. Mini 14 bullet goes in your body and tumbles around and tears up all your organs. And it's a same as an M16 bullet, basically. So Folsom didn't have shotguns. That's why I say we were lucky. They straight shot them with a Mini 14 or a 30-06. They shot to kill. They didn't shoot to wound you. But this movie I want to talk about, I'm Scott Irish, and I got a connection with my Irish roots, right? And so there's a movie called Hunger, and it's produced by a guy named Steve McQueen. He's a director.
He is the director.
But it's not the actor Steve McQueen. This is a newer movie, and it's about the hunger strikes in Ireland. And I knew a little bit about, why that stuff happened. And I explained to her because she didn't really understand that stuff. She didn't know about it. And a lot of you guys might not know about it. They had the IRA and the UDA and all these guys locked up in barracks.
Like what year?
And they were
like what in the early?
Man, for a long time, but this was in the early 70s, mid 70s. They were in barracks and they could wear their own clothes. They were considered political prisoners by the Crown. Anyways, they had a riot over there for some reason. They burnt the barracks down. They put them in the maze in the cells, and they took their personal clothing away. And they treated them like regular prisoners instead of political prisoners. So these guys refused to wear prison uniforms. And so they wouldn't let them out of their cells. There's no toilets in the cells or sinks. So they wouldn't let them out to use a bathroom. So they would dump their shit and piss out the window. And then I think they welded the window shut so they couldn't do that. So when you see the movie, there's shit smeared on the walls. They would smear the shit on the walls so it would dry and it wouldn't stink instead of having a bucket of shit in the corner. And I've seen photographs of some of these guys. They have shit smeared all over the cell walls. A little clean spot in the back. They have like an icon of the Virgin Mary and Jesus, you know, and on the wall and a clean spot. And so all they would just wear a blanket. It's called a blanket protest. And so that's where this movie picks up. And there's not a lot of dialogue in it. The movie's called Hunger. So
I said the same guy that plays Magneto in X-Men is the guy who plays Bobby Sands.
Yeah, the guy that plays Magneto in those Marvel movies, he plays Bobby Sands. So, and he's a younger guy when this movie was made. So
I think it was made. They were asking. I answered. They asked what year it was made. I said I think 2000.
Yeah.
It's on IFC or Amazon. We had to pay for it, but it was well worth it.
It's like $3 on Amazon Prime to rent it. If you guys watch it, you might like it.
So we're going to talk about it. We had Whack watch it too. So they're going to talk about that Saturday.
You get a history lesson.
Yeah.
And, you know, Whack's going to watch it, and we're going to review it Saturday on our live chat with Whack.
So Vegas Life for 702 just donated $20. He said, much respect to both of you and your channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vegas Live.
Thank you very much. That's one place I like to go when I get off parole. I have a friend that lives right over the border, about an hour over the border. So that's one spot we're going to go. Maybe at Laughlin, set up a T-shirt booth at the Bike Week. So I'd also like people in Ireland who've had some experience with this stuff, who might have known Bobby Sands, who might have been in the maze. Maybe if you watch that movie called Hunger, you can give us a little review too on it Saturday when we chat about it. Tell us what you think about the historical accuracy, you know, of the movie. You know, I liked it. You know, we experienced some brutality in California prisons. The FBI came into these prisons out here and you know, they did a big investigation. Nobody got convicted, but there was a trial, and you know, like Corcoran, and you know, they finally shut down Pelican Bay Shoe after keeping guys isolated for 30-something years. But, you know, I think things that went on in the maze are, you know.
It was really hard for me to watch. It was hard for me to watch. But
it was a lot worse than what we experienced over here, I think. It's a different kind of inhumane stuff, you know. Yeah.
So Deborah, say hello. Say what's going on.
Who?
So Deborah says, she said, "Hey, Mitch, you really do have a YouTube channel. You are awesome. When will you stop by again?" And she said, who's that woman's voice? And I was like, how's it going?
Deborah? Who's Deborah? That must be Dick Riding posing as Deborah. He must be a transvestite. Officer Richard Riding, are you posing as a transvestite?
Hi to homie Malo 1984. What's going on? Turk said, "What up, family?"
What's up, Turk?
Oh, he's in Atlanta again.
Still in Atlanta, wearing that fancy shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys, we have got only one picture from Reggie with your guys' new stuff on. That's it.
Reggie
so make
sent
sure
us a picture.
Reggie sent us a picture.
Cool, thanks, Reggie.
And so make sure to send us your photos of you guys in your gear,
and
we're gonna put them on our website and
our website.
If that's okay, yeah. So send it if you're good with that. So there was a lot of people they were like, keep sharing history. Let's see. Of course, Wax said, "Hi, Deborah." I don't think Deborah's on anymore for some weird reason.
Well, Mr. Dick Riding has to.
Oh no, Deborah's on.
Deborah's
still on.
Deborah.
Deborah Atkins. Did I just say something weird? I didn't say anything weird, right?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Blaster One said, "Hey guys, congrats." Blaster said, "Hi guys, congratulations Mitch and Adrian on the 10K. Thanks you guys."
Yeah, we hit 10K.
Super cool.
It's fantastic, and it's all to you guys. I mean, you guys made it happen. So
yeah, thank you guys. It's kind of amazing.
This is as much your channel as it is mine. So I mean, it's a combined thing. Without you guys, there is no channel. I've said that before, and that's for real deal. So, and I'm in this room doing this live because when the sun sets, before it starts blinding me, and I had to start moving the computer, you know. But yeah.
Half just donated $9.99 and he said respects. Thank you.
Respects back right back.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That is that's so nice. Thank you guys very much. Sci-Fi Seth said, you're a killer artist, brother.
I do what I can. I mean, I like doing it, and people seem to like it. So that was a hard thing about moving around so much. Is I'd be somewhere where I could have a lot of art supplies, and I get transferred somewhere where I couldn't have any. I have to send them home, and then I go somewhere where I could have art supplies again. I had to re-up all my stuff. And you're making, if you're lucky, you get a job in prison industry, and you're making 50, 60 cents an hour. Takes a while to save up, especially when you figure that money's for food, coffee, hygiene, and then to save. And then like the last place I was at, you could only make an order once every 3 months, once a quarter, and you could only order $150 worth of shit. So when I went there in 2013, they sent me to CMC West because I have valley fever. They consider me high risk medical, and that's supposed to be a medical facility, which is a joke. Anyways, I had sold my radio because it's dorm living. You're not allowed to have radios or speakers. And I had a Sony Sport CD boombox. They're white. They're nice. I got a few $100 for it. So when I got there, I had $500 and I sent it to another guy's family and they sent it to his books. I had him make an order and I made an order. I had like 3 orders. Like me and 2 other guys made hobby orders all for me. So I got enough shit to get going, But, they make it hard on you, man.
Good night, Louie.
Good night, Louie.
Louie's in New York, so he's out.
Thanks for checking in.
And we'll talk about those other things later. Okay, so Mitch doesn't even know about this. I wanted to show him this really quick. So I want you to look at this and you can talk about that. So New Jersey, I can't even talk tonight. New Jersey corrections officer mocks George Floyd's death as protesters pass. So see what he's doing? And he's a corrections officer in New Jersey.
Alexandria Leary.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, well, that guy's he's a dickhead. Prison guards are a little different than cops on the street, but I've met some that were fairly decent. Like the one I interviewed, John Silva. He was cool. He's retired, but that's bullshit, man. Yeah.
No, Tyler, he hasn't been to Avenal because that was a
level 2 prison, and now it's SNY prison. So I never been there. When I got out of prison, Avenal was all SNY. So I've never been there. It was a level 2. I did my level 2 prison time at San Quentin Soledad and CMC West. I went back to Tracy for a short bit. They made it a level 2. But I had valley fever. As soon as I got there, they said, hey, man, you got valley fever. You're high risk medical. You're out of here. So they sent me over to CMC West. And
good night, Isabel.
Good night. Well, they say you can't ever go back. And when I was in Tracy in the 80s and early 90s, it was a nice place to be as far as prison goes. And when I went back in 2013, it was a shithole. They just ruined the whole prison. They ruined the hobby. They ruined the food. It was just horrible. There was no program. It was a shithole. So, yeah, but those are my level 2 joints. Yeah. Any questions? Or
let's see. Wax on his usual rule. Oh, I love me some whack. Okay, so it said, more creative film said, Mitch, I got the t-shirt and sticker. Thanks, brother. You're Tracy Homer Thumper, OC.
Oh, cool. Thumper got a shirt. It took me a minute to figure it out. Yeah. Thumper, what's happening, bro?
You know what I love is that you can literally see Mitch thinking. Like,
well, I know a few guys named Thumper, so I was like, it took me a second to click, I am tired. I've been working all day. But yeah, I'm glad you like the shirt, bro.
Hi, Lady P. How's it going? Yeah. Let's see. So I guess people want to know, Julius Caesar's on, and he said he got his stuff and cool. Got my shit today. Looks badass. The Prince going in my garage gym. Thank you. Thanks, Julius.
Excellent. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, look. Yeah, thank you very much.
Anthony Kehoe, who we love so much, just super chatted us $20.
Oh, wow.
He said, much love, fam. Thanks, Anthony. Thank you. Anthony is one that Mitch communicates with a lot on Patreon, and he's a good guy. They communicate a lot, so excellent. That's cool. Thank you so much. DC said, how hot is it out there? It was like 97 in Florida. It's starting to heat up again out here.
Yeah, last week was hotter. Oh, this week.
Sorry. Yeah. They're watching Chewy's tongue. He's doing the.
Chewy's a nervous dog. We might get him a girlfriend.
We're getting him a girlfriend.
Come on. Friend of hers found a little Chihuahua dog, so we might pick her up.
Yeah, he's done that ever since I got him.
It's a nervous air lick. He licks the air. Yeah. Yeah.
He wants us to pay attention to him. That's right.
Someone said, how do I feel about disbanding of the police? You know, I don't know the details on that, but it seems kind of weird, and I don't think they can go without a police force. Where's that, like Detroit, Michigan?
No, they're talking about disbanding it all over.
All over?
Multiple states are talking about it.
Well, you know, good luck with that. Good luck with that. People start kicking in doors and robbing people and raping people and doing shit. You're going to wish there was a cop around.
Like you said there, what did you say?
Know, cops are for old people, women, and children. I don't call the cops, you know. I mean, look, if someone steals your car, your motorcycle, you have to report it stolen so you get paid insurance and shit like that. But that's not like, hey, Joey stole my motorcycle, or, you know, or Bobby beat me up and took my wallet. You know, I mean, certain things, you know, if you have to report your shit stolen if it's insured and you want to get paid. But, you know, I don't call the cops. I have no reason to call the cops. And I don't try not to put myself in a position where, you know, a normal person would call the cops. You know, shame on you if you make me that fucking mad, because I'm not calling the cops. If Joe Citizen calls the cops, he's a fucking citizen. That's who calls the cops, citizens. If somebody's done something to an old person or a woman or kid, they're going to call the cops on you because that's what they do. Guys like us, we don't call the cops. So, you know, I think it's pretty, it's short-sighted to disband police departments. I'll tell you that right now. And I'm not, you know, I don't know how to say it.
He's not saying he hates the police.
I don't hate the cops, and I don't love the cops. I mean, they're just people, and they're just like everyone else. Some of them are pretty fucked up people, like that guy that put his knee on that guy's neck and killed him. Some of them aren't. Some of them are okay. So, you know, I think it's stupid to pander to motherfuckers so bad that you're going to disband the police because they're people that need them. So we'll see how that works out, because then you might end up with like the FBI or the National Guard patrolling your neighborhood. You know, they call it martial law. I don't think you guys will like that. So let's see. No police department. People start robbing stores, raping women, beating down old people, breaking into people's houses, home invasions. They start crying, help us. There's no police around. Here comes the National Guard, and then you're double fucked. So, yeah, it's not a good scenario. I don't see it happening in California. You know, and then you're going to have guys, you know, I saw this video on Facebook where it shows all these people like in front of their community, their cars and trucks, and they had AR-15s, pistols, bunch of them. And these people are in a car. They go, look at all those white people with guns. You know, they're protecting their shit, man. You know, I can't have a gun. I can't have a knife over a certain length. But, you know, shame on somebody if they do some shit, you know, that, yeah.
Hey, Blaster, I can't remember where you are, because he said it's pretty crazy over in the U.S. at the moment, eh? Yeah, it's crazy now.
People are acting stupid, man. I posted a bunch of shit on Facebook that I've seen other spots. I think it's asinine, man. You know? And I read a thing by these truckers that said if you block the highway, they're going to run your ass over, and it's happened.
You know what's
funny?
They
cry about it.
I saw those ones where people were like kicking someone's car, and what can you do? Like, can you do other than run them over if they're threatening you? But then, of course, you know,
one guy they blocked his car at an intersection. They put this big metal thing in front of his car. You know, first they blocked his car, he ran over him. You know, then they blocked his car with this thing, and he pulled out a gun and shot somebody. and then got out of the car. He couldn't drive his car because they blocked it all off, so he walked away. I thought, well, you know, they're lucky he didn't shoot 4 or 5 people, empty the gun on them. I mean, if I was a citizen with a gun, I would have done the same damn thing. I got no sympathy for them, man. They're assholes, you know. Then you see the white kids fucking vandalizing cop cars, and they got masks on and all this shit. Somebody sent me a text from New York, and I said, you know, shame on these assholes when I'm down working in the city. If they come fucking run up on me, they're through. And he laughed, and he's law enforcement, and he watches my channel. And it blew me away because he said that he's law enforcement in New York. And he said, man, he recommends his other officers watch my channel. I just blew my mind. And but he said, hey, all these Antifa scumbags are a bunch of skinny rich kids that are just entitled and spoiled rotten with nothing better to do. He goes, you don't have to worry about them running up on you. But, you know, they're fucking up legitimate protests. You know, I mean, if there's no violence, I think every single person in America would stand behind a protest, a peaceful protest.
So we get this a lot on Mitch's channel. They'll say, don't go back to prison, Mitch. Don't blah, blah, blah.
Well, I'm not going back to prison. He's not.
He's just having a conversation about,
we're just talking,
you know, what's happening. And we're really lucky. We live in a rural area, and I'm just going to say something that's maybe some people don't agree with. So I have friends, you know, that I grew up with. And, you know, I'm 56, and I have friends whose kids are in law enforcement, and I have known these kids since they were tiny babies.
And military.
And military. They did military time first, and then they did. So I have a hard time with, like, fuck all the cops, because I know him. I mean, and he is actually a good, decent individual. And he was raised right, and he treats people right with respect and whatever. So, you know, I don't like lumping anybody in the same category, whether your skin color or whatever.
Here's the deal, like, if you watch what happened to people down in Waco, Texas, a few years ago, there was a biker thing. There's a thing in Texas. It's a lot of different places called the Confederation of Clubs, and independent bikers. They get together and they talk about the laws affecting bikers. Bikers get profiled. You call it racial profiling. Bikers get profiled as well. If you ride a Harley Davidson or Indian motorcycle, you're getting profiled. Anyways, they had a Confederation of Clubs meeting. They were going to meet at a certain spot, and somebody called a club who didn't get along with another club. It was the cops. The cops called this other club and said, hey, come on down. Let's work out our differences at this meeting. Well, here's the thing. They don't work out their differences in public meetings. They do that in private, number one. And number two, it was a cop that called this other club to come down there. So they showed up. But prior to the meeting, SWAT teams were posted up in numerous positions, in sniper positions, waiting for this thing to go down. And 9 people were killed. Every one of them was shot by a cop. I think 4 of them had bullets from other people, but the fatal shots were by cops. So that was bullshit, man. It was a setup. They arrested 170 people, something like that. And people had to sit in jail, had to post bail. People lost their jobs. People lost their homes. People had their kids taken away. And you know what? They slowly started releasing people. They were arresting people that weren't even involved. They were just there. And in the end, every single person beat the case after they sat in jail, some of them for years. So to me, that's bullshit, dude. I'm not down with that, man. That's fucked up law enforcement in Texas. You know, just like this guy that got choked out with a knee on his neck. That's fucked up. That's an asshole. That's not even law enforcement. Those are just assholes enforcing their own will on the American people, man. And I ain't down with it. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you every single cop's a piece of shit, because I don't believe that, you know.
So guess who's on?
Who?
Switching the subject. Just in case.
What's up,
Justin? We haven't seen him for a long time, so I said, I just want to make sure that the shirt. Wait a minute. I don't have
Did you send me a spoon?
Babe, you are just so.
Where's that spoon?
Here it is. So Justin sent Mitch this the other day. It's an homage to.
Did you send me this? Look, California, our spoons do not flex like that. I mean, you'd have to eat with this like this. Ours are stiff. But if you sent us this, we got your stuff. So I'm going to mount this on the wall. I'm going to drill a hole in it. I'm going to mount it on the wall and maybe build a little frame, you know, and Put it on the wall.
Just in case that he lost his. So, you know, he's just giving you one.
And so I can't eat with this. Look at it flexes like that. Look at it going. The ones they sold us on the canteen were similar to this, but they were stiff. They weren't rubber. They were like hard plastic. And I had a dark brown one when I got out of prison. And when I moved up here, I lost it.
That's so cool. So he lost one, so we got him that thing.
Yeah,
so
thank you.
Justin, I just wanted to be sure that you sent the shirt so that Mitch could sign the shirt to you, and then we're going to put that in the mail. Because we've only, so I just want you to know, the envelope that you sent, I'm not going to show your address.
Yeah.
Is right here. So I had your return address. So Mitch is going to sign the shirt, and then we're going to send it back. Yeah. Thank you for doing all that, and thank you for sending the spoon for Mitch. Yeah. He doesn't have a spoon anymore. Well, now he does.
I used to carry my spoon around my front pocket because that's what you do in prison. Carry a spoon around your pocket. You know. Then they gave us pants with no pockets. It had a back pocket, and that's it. And you got to carry your ID around in prison everywhere you go, just like on the street. Then they wouldn't let us have wallets. Guys would lose their ID, so you know I had my spoon in my top pocket. You know.
There's lots of people on, so you guys, thanks all for you guys have been having some good conversations in here.
What kind of stuff were people talking about?
All the stuff you were talking about. DC Irish said, Mitch, a real question, and I remember this. Do you remember when a clubhouse got grenaded by another club in the early 70s? It was huge. I think it was in Palo Alto or Mountain View. Was that DC? Was that where that was? That's what I'm thinking.
I remember some stuff like that going on in San Diego because I'm from San Diego. Yeah. I remember that kind of stuff. It went on all over California. And I imagine in other states too, but, you know, that's how things were.
DCR said it was in Chicago.
All right. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with what things that went on in Chicago. But
hey, MC, we haven't seen you for a minute. Glad you're doing good.
Yeah.
It's nice to see you on here. I know people are like trying to lay off the screen time. We are too. Like, well, let me rephrase that. I am.
A lot of people are going back to work too. So.
Yeah.
What's up, Doc?
All right, Matt, we'll see you later. He says it's 10 o'clock in Florida right now, so they're gonna...
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock down there. People got to work, so. Yeah, I'm glad people are working.
Dirt Bike Mike checking in.
Dirt Bike Mike, what's up, bro?
That's Mike Combs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smile selling. Mike rides his dirt bike, COVID or no COVID. He masks up and hits the trails. They got some nice riding trails in San Diego. That's where we all started riding motorcycles.
Mad Max, we saw your email last night. I think you sent it through Patreon, I think. And then hopefully you'll have an answer. We're hoping to, anyways, just let us know what's up.
Yeah, let us know what's happening.
Let's see. MC said, thanks, guys. Still been watching. Y'all just missed the lives. Hope everything's going good over there.
Dr. Pepper.
You too. What are you saying about Dr. Pepper?
Oh, nothing.
What?
But you can't make a float with Dr. Pepper. You got to have root beer. Hey, my first family visit I had with the wife, I told her bring, she brought in root beer, ice cream.
How much ice cream?
Watermelon.
How much ice
cream?
A couple
gallons.
Yeah.
And one in the afternoon, it's an apartment and they have a little yard. I'm sitting on the front porch in a chair and I ate a half a watermelon and then I had a big mixing bowl and I had like a half-gallon ice cream in there and I poured a big issue of root beer over it. And I was sitting there eating it, and I look up and she was standing right behind me. I go, what's up? And she goes, nothing. I go, what's going on? She goes, I never seen anybody eat like this before.
True that. True that. I mean, when he says like a mixing bowl, it was like an industrial sized bowl.
Yeah, it was about this.
He had like a gallon where he said you got a couple issues. Yeah. He had like a quart of ice cream.
I was young.
With a whole.
I had a half gallon in there.
With a whole, he used one. What do they call those liters?
Yeah.
A liter of root beer.
I was young. I was lifting weights. I like to eat, so and plus you don't get that kind of stuff in there. You can't, They sell pints of ice cream in the canteen, but it was nice.
Mad Max says, "Yeah, I saw it. Thank you. I'll get back to you guys as soon as possible. They just lost 2 family members to COVID back on the reservation. It's been crazy. We're sorry about that. That sucks.
I heard the natives in a lot of states,
Native Americans are getting it super hard.
Have been getting affected by COVID pretty bad. Oh, and I did see an article too. Chuckawalla State Prison had 1,000 cases of COVID. 1,000 in one prison. They had several people that transferred over to Chino, died in Chino. I don't want to quote the number, but I know it's I don't know, like 5 or 7 people died there. And that's recently. So, guys in prison are being affected by COVID. So, and
you're gonna have to read those for just a momento. Hey,
right.
JoJo AZ, what's going on? He said everyone really likes your shirt, by the way.
My one I'm wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a neat shirt.
It's a one-off.
This is a discontinued color. It's similar to the button-ups we did for the Living Dead girl, but it's just a different color.
I like that color too.
I like it. It's like seafoam green type thing. Yeah. Yeah. Industrial. Yeah. Yeah. What's a good beginner bike? It depends who you are. Well, how big of a person you are. If you're talking street bike, I don't know. If you're a little guy, get a Honda Rebel. If you're a bigger guy, get like a Honda 750, whatever. A good XS 650, a Yamaha is a good old bike. It hauls ass. It's not that heavy. Then once you get up to, Harley Davidsons and all that stuff, get an Indian. Why not? Once you learn how to ride, you can get a Dyna. You get a 1200 Sportster, depends on how big of a person you are. I'm 6'4", 300 pounds, so I ride it. And my Dyna looks small when I'm riding it. And by the way, I put a new front disc on my front wheel last night and some brake pads. My disc when I got the bike was bent, so I could hear it rubbing on the brake pads. And I knew I was going to change it out, so I just rode it. And finally, I took the disc off last night and the brake pads. And it was down in metal, rubbing on metal. So now I have new disc pads and a rotor. My stopping power is wonderful now. Wow, Garden Grove, $9.99. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.
She stepped out, so thank you, brother. Yeah. We got to get a 132-inch motor on a rigid frame FXR. Come on now. FXRs are not rigid. They got shocks. You'd have to strut it or weld a hardtail on it. And, I'm not going to break my back. So let's see. Damn, Mitch, you're telling me, yeah, 270. Yeah, I weigh 300. So I'm trying to lose some weight, and I keep seeing shit about this keto stuff, and I don't know what the hell to think of it. But I'll just take these pills, and you'll keto it out, lose weight. I'm like, man, it's not that easy. They show these big, giant, fat people, and then it shows supposedly the same person lost, 100 pounds, and they're like, yeah, keto, take these pills. I'm like, come on, dude. You don't have to exercise or nothing. I think that's a bunch of bullshit because they show these people all cut up, muscular, So the good thing is the gyms are opening up back up here, so I'm thinking about getting back into the gym. I put Chewy and me on that treadmill. Huh, Chewy? Huh, boy? Come here. Come here. Come on. Yeah. Take Chewy to the gym with me. Put him on the treadmill. I don't think they'd like that very much. But I like the gym, I like the machines. They're a lot easier to work. Big iron's rough on you. You got to sling it around. Keto works. I tried it at the start of the year. How long did it take you to lose some weight? How much weight did you lose? What's up, fam? In the house. It's G. Contreras. All right, how you doing? It's hard for me to read these comments. She's stepped out for a minute. Blast her. Diet and exercise. Only way to do it. Yeah, you got to exercise. You can't just, diet. And you can't, I don't believe that shit. So I'm going to get back to going to the gym. I like the machines because they isolate certain muscles, whatever you're doing. And it's less stress on your lower back, which is, I have a fucked up lower back. So the gym's a shit. Gyms are expensive. We pay $80 a month for both of us. So we're going to start going back to the gym. Is it open? The gym's
it is.
Open.
They opened it yesterday. They opened it.
So we're going to start going back.
They want to know what's on the back of the shirt. On the back of his shirt, it is our logo.
I think it's the logo.
It's the same thing that's on the front.
Same thing. It's on the front, but it's it's got all the black and gray. Because we just re-upped some shirts, so I had to get one made for myself. And yeah.
Jason said hardtail or bust.
Man, I can't ride a hardtail, bro. So, all right, all you biker guys out there, what about them little seat shocks? You know, they started making them for motorcycles, but they're originally for like BMX bikes, right? The little seat shocks. They make them 4, 5, and 6 inches for hardtail frames now. So, what do you think about those? They also have little airbags for hardtail bikes. So, what do you think about that?
Oh, God.
Huh? Yeah. Fried eggs, dirt. Serious.
It's June 11th, you guys. It's tomorrow. But for people in Australia and that aren't here, it's actually today.
It feels good to sit around the house and chill with my woman, my wife. I dig it. It's better than being in prison because I'll tell you what time is it now? Like
somebody
7?
just ordered from us. Justin, if you're on here, thank you very much. Super cool. Just ordered a shirt from us.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Excellent.
Casper said the gyms out there are expensive. They're like $20 a month here in Minnesota.
Well, that's cheap.
Greg, we did just talk about, he asked, did you ever get around to watching any movies to do reviews? So they did. We just watched Hunger.
Yeah.
And on Saturday we asked Wack to watch it too. So on Saturday we're gonna talk about that. It's a really good movie.
If you guys coming in late, we watched a movie called Hunger, and it's about the Mays prison and the IRA and Bobby Sands specifically. So it's called Hunger. It's on Amazon Prime. It's like $3-4 to watch it, and
it's on IFC too if you have IFC.
Yeah, IFC. Yeah. And there's not a lot of dialogue in it. And if you watch this, there is some dialogue between the main actor and a priest, you know, and it's pretty good.
Mickey T said, "Your wife and yourself keep me going. I'm a single dad of a 7-year-old girl. I work full time as a welder and haven't stuck a needle in my arm since my girl was born." Oh my gosh! Thank you for doing what you guys do. That is so. Props to you.
Yeah, be proud of yourself.
You guys help us too. Believe that. So yeah.
Yeah, you know, raising a daughter's not easy. By single man raising a young daughter, that's not easy. So my hat's off to you, man. So
Dennis Demenis just super chat us $3.79. He said sipping on a nice glass of cognac. Salute. Mitch has never had that.
Salute. I've never had
one
cognac.
day. One day I told him he needed. I said one day, way down the road when he gets off parole. I said you need to have some cognac and a cigar because it's a really nice combo.
We used to get cigars in there. My cellie and I, Dennis. That's when we were doing the dirt, and he'd give me so they sold for 50 cents. You could get Garcia Vega, Gran Primero. They came in blue tubes. And they were 50 cents a cigar, so I forgot how much. But he'd give me a bunch of $20 papers of crank. And he'd go down to the canteen and get us some cigars. And I'd come back, we'd have like 20 boxes of cigars in the locker. I think we were smoking them like cigarettes. But Dennis would puff on a cigar and put it in the tube and carry it around in his back pocket. I kind of like cigars, but I didn't like inhaling them. And it was.
Wax said he watched it.
Did you watch that movie, Wack? What do you think?
That's why I said, what did you think?
Thumbs up? Sideways? What?
Ralphie Giamatti, I love saying that name, said, wondering what do you think of Sons of Anarchy, you being a California biker yourself?
Giamatti. We watched another movie, too, called Kill the Irishman.
That was a stupid movie.
The acting was kind of cheesy, but it's about Danny Green.
You know what? See, Wax said it fucked me up, Adrian. I couldn't sleep. I watched it too. I couldn't sleep either after I watched Hunger. My brain was just going 100. Yes, I couldn't sleep that night.
Wow, I slept fine.
Yeah.
Well, I knew the whole history of it, and I experienced some of that shit in prison in California myself. So, it's, yeah. When you live through that stuff, seeing it on film, it's just, I don't know.
For me, it was but I had to have Mitch explain it to me. And I think that's something that's important because I didn't really know too much about it. I knew about the IRA, but I didn't know why they were considered political prisoners and what that meant. So,
so what did Giamatti ask? What did he say?
Giamatti said, "You're gonna make me go." He said, "What do you think of Sons of Anarchy?" That's what he said.
Man, everybody bugs me.
Okay.
Oh, Paul Cox Industries and shit. Sons of Anarchy. Yeah, it was a good fantasy movie. It was kind of entertaining, it's pretty far off the mark though.
Hey JB, he said, "Hey Smiley, I just bought my dad a Hammer shirt about 10 minutes ago." I know. I said it popped up on our screen that you bought the shirt. So thank you so much. I know that Hammer shirt is super popular. So
like it.
Yeah, everybody loves that shirt.
That was one of my first designs after the logo. Yeah, the
DC Irish said, "I'm third generation Irish here. It runs deep in the blood for real."
Yeah. Sons of Anarchy was entertaining, but it's so far off the mark of reality, man. I mean, they made it seem like all bike clubs just go around with, killing every single day. They're stabbing and killing people, and that's not reality, man. If that was the case, there wouldn't be any motorcycle clubs on the street. They'd all be in prison. So, I mean, but it was entertaining. She had me watch it with her, and we kind of binge watched a few episodes.
That was after you broke your arm, wasn't it?
That's after I broke my arm. I was recouping.
So I just want to say something to my friend Denise.
Yeah.
And my friend watching? Bill. Bill got into a really bad accident, a really bad motorcycle accident, and he swears that his full face helmet saved his life.
Yep.
And he just went back to work. Denise texted me today.
All right, man,
and she said that, but it's really hard for him to use his left hand. 3 of his fingers don't work. It was really bad.
Broke his hands. I don't know exactly what happened, but he got in an accident on the freeway, and it fucked his hands up really bad. That was several months ago, so I'm glad to see that he's going back. And
we miss you guys, so we'll see you guys soon, hopefully. She's not on now, but she watches it, so.
They're in her prayers, but
Brian just came on, your cousin, and he said,
cousin?
"Happy birthday, Mitch, and many more. I love your views on life, and I'm with you 100%. Adrian and Chewy."
Yeah, we need to find a place to go fishing because the cabin's kind of. We'll talk.
I'll text Marilyn tonight.
I wear a full face helmet, and when I got in an accident, broke my arm, the whole side of my helmet had, from the asphalt. So, I mean, I wear a full face helmet, and I wouldn't wear nothing but. And I read an article from Chopper Dave in a magazine before I got out, and he said he used to wear a little skid lid, then he wore the one that went down, and now he wears a full face helmet. And he had a friend that got in an accident, and the whole bottom of his full face helmet was ground off by the asphalt. And he said if he wasn't wearing that helmet, he wouldn't have a chin left. So imagine what that would look like. So Chopper Dave says, freedom of choice, wear what you want or don't wear a helmet if you don't want to in states where that's legal. But he wears a full face helmet, and that stuck with me when I got out. I made sure that I got a full face helmet, and I'm glad I did.
I have one too.
So yeah.
Jojo AZ said happy 49th birthday.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish I was 49. Yeah.
Okay. The last person's name is McGeever. I'm not going to say the first because I swear I'm going to say something bad. He said, "I live outside Limerick. Whereabouts are you?" We're in California, but I think you might be talking to someone else. Let's see.
Something about Sandman getting knocked out or something.
It's they're talking.
Oh,
He's talking to Justin. I love how these side conversations go on while we're doing this. Is actually kind of awesome. Justin Case asked if they were talking about the old HBO series Oz. No, he has not seen it. I've seen it. It's pretty.
What?
I think that Mitch would like it, but I think there's other parts of it that he wouldn't like, if you know what I mean.
What?
So, of Oz. The show Oz.
Yeah. There's a guy in there. Yeah. Chuck was in that, right?
What's that?
Chuck was in that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, we have not watched Deadwood.
Genuine.
Have you watched Deadwood?
No.
No.
Yeah, dress for the slide, not the ride. Yeah.
Jason said, growing up as a product of Patch Kid, I never watched the SOA show. Mitch was very much against watching it, but we were like running out of shit to watch. I'd seen it before twice.
She's got a Sons of Anarchy shirt and some panties that say SOA on them. So she's like, let's watch it. You'll like it.
Wow. I cannot.
She was a big fan. I didn't know that, until I got Yeah.
Oh, that is funny.
It's entertaining. It was
super funny.
It was entertaining.
Everybody thinks that's funny, Mitch. Just so you know, that's super funny.
She collected Sons of Anarchy stuff.
Blaster, yes, we can get Vegemite over here. I've seen it at a couple of places.
What is it?
You've never had Vegemite?
What's Vegemite?
It's an Australian.
It's a sandwich.
You know,
well, it's in a song.
I know. That's all you're saying. Know that.
Yeah, Vegemite sandwich. What is it? What's Vegemite? Huh? What is it?
It's I'm gonna let you explain that. Blaster, you explain what that is. I think Whack and both Mitch should try it.
Why? Is it good?
It's delicious.
Is it? No, it's not.
Delicious.
It's not.
It is.
Now they're clowning me.
Abdub 907 says it's disgusting.
He said,
it's black pains that taste like salt. It looks like axle grease, but tastes really good. That's what Blaster said. He'll try it. Mitch will try anything. He's like Mikey.
I don't know. Doesn't sound like something I want to try.
Vegemite is vitamin B.
Oh, by the way, speaking of eating stuff, the hot sauce is on the way. She made new batches, and we should have it any day now. And we're going to package it up and start selling it. And so, yeah. We don't know how much we're going to sell it for. We're going to sell it 3-jar lots, you know.
Jason said SOA is terrible, but the panties are pretty cool, though. You know what? Actually, just in my defense, I didn't get those. My mom actually got those for me as a joke because I used to watch Sons of Anarchy pretty faithfully, and I got a shirt. And
now she has a Hard Intention shirt.
I do.
You know, yeah.
Troy said they banned Vegemite in prisons in Australia because inmates injected it to get high.
You serious?
It's like vitamin B, like literally straight up.
That's crazy. Is it good for you? Vegemite on cold.
Yeah, I think it is really good for you.
That's kind of like
Troy said they used to tattoo with it too.
Oh, they burn it and make ink out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to give the guys in LA County Jail jute balls. I guess they would take all the leftover food and run it through a mixer, you know, and just put it into the little balls. And when they got in trouble with the hole, they just give them a jute ball, they call it. And it's pretty nasty. I heard he couldn't even. It's so bad they outlawed it. They I don't know how the court or somebody told them no more. They couldn't do it anymore. Couldn't feed jute balls anymore. So, you know, prison's gone through some shit. When I was in San Quentin, they used to give us meat spread or cheese spread sandwiches, and there was a screen over the front of the building, over the offices, you know, so guys couldn't get in there. It was just the top of that screen was just covered in sandwiches, the whole first tier. People didn't eat them. They were nasty, you know. Yeah, it was when I was in San Quentin in the hole, you could get Copenhagen, all that kind of stuff. But I used to get, I made a little thing with cardboard boxes, and I put a wet towel over, and I put Copenhagen lids over it. And I put little, you wrap toilet paper and a little around your hand, then you cuff the ends, and you put them there and light them on fire. So it's called a bomb. You make a little bomb, and it burns. And I scraped all the paint off of my my cookie sheet, which is steel, and I'd buy the big loaves of Velveeta cheese. I get bread, butter, and I'd make, this is in the hole back in the day. Now we're in the hole, you don't have shit. But I would make grilled cheese sandwiches, and I'd sell them for a pack. And back then, packs of cigarettes were 55 cents. So I give them 2 grilled cheese for a pack, and I'd wrap it up in newspaper, put a chili pepper in there, and I'd send their line down, you know, and I'd shoot it down on the line for a pack. Yeah. I mean, you know, food hustle's food hustle, but the food back in the day was just shit. And I remember one time they found maggots in a turkey loaf. They had this turkey loaf. It was like fake ham, but it was turkey, and there was maggots in it. And then they had like turkey a la king with this big chunks of this stuff in there. And they were like, "You want some more?" I mean, we're in the hole. And I'm like, yeah, I ate the shit out of it. And you could get the chunks of the meat, and you could see the maggots in it. But
ew.
We didn't care. We ate the shit anyway. You know, we're starving.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, that was a long time ago. That was like 82 or something like that. But, you know, when you're hungry and you're starving, you're going to eat whatever, you know. I couldn't believe how skinny I was back then. I used to eat loaves of bread. I'd grab loaves of bread off the chow cart, man, when they're done feeding, you know, and my cell was at the end of the tier, so they would start here and feed down. Then when he came back, whatever he had on that cart, I'd be like, "Hey, kick down, fool," you know. And back then, the cop would just come by your cell and serve your tray of what you wanted. And but when I got out of the hole, I was pretty skinny, and I was eating whatever I could get my freaking hands on. You know, when you're hungry, a piece of bread with butter on it, you just eat it nice and slow. It's like, yeah.
Wax said the roast beef used to have rainbows on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And they're talking about Marmite. Have you ever had that?
Marmite, no. Yeah, you get a slab of roast beef. It used to be pretty big, but now it's like half, once a quarter. But back in the day, you used to get it every other week, and it had like a rainbow color on it. It was just nasty. And they buy it pre-cooked. So really, they're just supposed to heat it up and serve it. And what they would do was they would cook it again and just dry it out like shoe leather sometimes. They're idiots, you know. Any comments?
Hero X3 said, watch the movie The One That Shakes the Barley, Uncle Mitch. And he asked if you were still tattooing.
I tattoo a little bit, but, you know.
We haven't been able to do shit since this COVID, so either. You know what I mean? So we get all people all the time saying, I'm going to fly out there to come see you, Smiley. I'm going to whatever. So when it happens, believe me, all you all will know about it. Jacob 410 Money Martin said, hey, much love and respect, Mitch. Love what you're doing. You are last of a dying breed and a true role model. And as a stand-up man, you and your wife's movement has been a motivation in my life. That makes us like,
thank you.
That's really cool. That's awesome.
You know, I want to say again, we got some really good letters for the pro board. If anyone wants to send a letter so I can get off, I have a review coming up in September, and you can send them to Mitch at hardintentions.com. If you want to send a letter in support of me getting off parole early, it'll be 2 years early. We can forward them to my parole officer for the hearing. So, hey,
Michael Korn just donated $3.99. He said, "Have to get up early. Have a great night." You too. Thank you for the super chat.
Yeah, thank you. Sleep well and have a great day tomorrow.
So, on Saturday, I don't have it prepped, but we can give you guys an example. We've gotten some amazing letters that it really covered everything.
Really blow me away too.
It totally blew our minds. Like, they're so amazing. Thank you for those that have sent letters. You can send them via email to Mitch at Hard Intentions. We'll read one off on Saturday, so give you an idea kind of what needs to be in there. Would be awesome. So it's Santino just super chat us $5, and he said, "Hey Mitch, I did 15 years straight myself. I've been out for 3 years now. It feels good to be out, doesn't it?"
Thank you. Yeah, it feels great, man.
Thank you for the super chat. Thank you.
15 years is quite a stretch.
Mitch always says time is time.
Yeah, 1 day is too much. So congrats, man. He's been out 3 years. September will be my 3 years. So, my parole officer said letters about how I have a positive impact on the community would help me. So the letters we've gotten are just fabulous, man.
Lance G just super chatted us $5. Thank you, Lance G. Said, no acknowledgement needed, Mitch. Please carry on with the conversation. Keep doing your thing. That I just did what you asked me not to do. So sorry, Lance. Okay, thank you, and very much.
Yeah,
sorry.
It's like I don't have a life parole, but I have a 5-year parole. I can get off in 3 years, but after 84, guys have a life parole. They can get off in 5 years, 5 or 7, depends on the case, you know. But I knew this dude. He was in there he was drinking, and he ran into this guy, had an accident. The guy was burning in the car. He died. He went home, tried to get his wife to cop to the beef. He was an arrogant motherfucker in prison. I used to talk a lot of shit to him. And when he first came to prison, I was still kind of young, and I'd talk smack to him, try to goad him into saying something that, make me the victim of attack. But anyways, later on in life, I saw him, and he'd been found suitable. The guy he killed was a friend of Frank Sinatra's, so he had a hard time. He got found suitable like 5 times before he got out of prison. And so he had a drunk driving murder, and he had a life parole. And before he got out, he was a cat guy at the prison I was at. And he got scratched by a cat. He used to get the cats and catch them, put them in a cage. They'd send them out, have them spayed or neutered, then bring them back to keep the mice population down. So he got cat scratch fever, and he filed a lawsuit against the state. Long story short, he got $250,000 for his lawsuit. And they busted this dude sitting at a stoplight with a passed out drunk in his brand new Escalade with a bottle of whiskey on the front seat, and they reinstated his life parole. So.
And Santino said they let me off. They let me off parole in a year and a half.
Oh, that's good.
That's awesome. That's super good.
That's awesome.
Hey, OG Scotty Blinks, what's up? What's up?
Yeah,
what's up?
In Canada? Yeah, we love OG Scotty Blinks. So, the moral of that story is, the guy liked drinking more than he liked his freedom and that brand new Escalade, the money he got from that lawsuit. I'm the complete opposite, man. There's nothing in prison for me. I left a few friends back there that some of them I care deeply about, but there's nothing like that to say. I value my job, my family, my life out here in the world, man. Like I said it earlier, look, you're sitting on the couch chilling with your wife, and at this time of night right now, I'd be sitting on the yard with Dave, eating a bag of fucking potato chips and drinking a soda, talking shit about how much we hated prison and watching the sun go down and talking about how much we'd like to be at the beach and watch that sun go down at the beach. And now I'm out here doing that. I'm not at the beach, but I'm in the mountains, and we have some awesome sunsets. So, you got to value your life, man. If the only value you have is staying loaded, that's kind of, I don't know. I see it every day out here where I work. It's kind of sad, because there's a lot more to life. Sometimes like when I went to Walmart today, I was walking out and I see like families with their kids walking into Walmart, and I just get a big old grin on my face, man. And it's just, I just trip on people. I trip on things. What's up?
Why'd you go to Walmart?
Get some water. I stop at Walmart. It's like halfway on my route. So I'll stop there. I get water. It's hydrate water. It's got magnesium, other shit in it.
Yeah. Colin wanted to know any news on your friend, his parole status.
Yeah, he got found suitable. So now he has to wait for the board to review it. The board has 120 days to review it. Then the governor has 30 days to review it. So they can take no action and let him out. Hopefully he'll be out within 3 to 4 months, but he's got to wait that out. He called me today and he goes, man, it's going to take forever. I said, hey, but one thing he did say is a lot of guys hating on him for being found suitable. And when I got found suitable, guys would tell me, man, this guy was in a class and he was saying, man, how'd that motherfucker get found suitable? Stuff like that. That's what he's going to experience. People, I was in groups with guys and I'd say, hey, look, man, this is what you got to get from this group. And I say, fuck, I got it down. They go to board and they get denied because they didn't have it down. They didn't pay any attention, and they would go in there and get found denied parole. And so they got pissed off when I got found suitable. But I tried to explain to them, look, man, this is what you got to do. They're teaching you this class so you can learn these things and go to board and verbalize, what you've learned here. And, so anyway.
Wax said, I'm cool on the yard and Chow. I'd rather be free.
Yeah.
Kenneth, I got some news for you. He said, that's a cool couch. This couch is not sucks. Cool. It looks awesome. Yeah. And let me just tell you something. My husband has not only almost built the house that we live in, pretty much. I begged him that I wanted this couch. I had to have it. It's like 8 feet long on each side.
It's 10 feet long.
10 feet long on one side.
This way. It's
Mitch couldn't get it through the door. So he put it through our window.
I took the window out of the house, put it through the window. And my friend helped me get it through the window and in here. And threw my back out. I couldn't go to work for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But this couch sucks. As soon as we started sitting on it, the wood under it, the frame started breaking, all that shit.
We're getting another one down the road. Nice. It looks awesome. It looks very beautiful, but to sit on it, it kind of sucks. Yeah. But we didn't want the sun in Mitch's face tonight, so we moved from the art room over here.
I'm going to go down to Big Lots or something and try to apply for credit and then maybe get a couch on credit to build.
He's going to try to build his credit up. So
I have no credit. I have zero credit. And I have zero debt. But so I'm going to try and build my credit so we can get approved for a loan so we can get our own house. That's our goal. Besides saving money from work and the shirt business, we're going to save up and then we're going to try and get pre-approved so we can get a house. and then we'll have some debt.
Yeah, then we'll have some
But I have
debt.
to build my credit to do that. That's one thing about being in prison for so long is you don't acquire any credit. And I probably could have built my credit up during the time I've been out, but I didn't have the job and I didn't have the business going. I have had jobs, but not good enough jobs to where I felt comfortable like I'm going to go in debt each month so I can pay that debt off to build my credit. So
Wax talking about shit on the shingle. He wants some shit. He's like, I'll pay somebody to make me some SOS.
I can make shit on the
He
shingle.
does. He makes it. Yeah.
Now, shit on the shingle, when I went to prison, they use beef. They call it chip beef. They use hamburger, and they would cook it down, and make gravy, all that shit on the shingle, right? They put onions and peppers in it. Man, it was good. And they put it over crispy fried potatoes. They didn't use they used real potatoes. They'd fry them on the grill. It was good. It was really good. And they give you toast, Now they don't give you toast. They give you freeze-dried potato chips. They soak them. They're nasty. And the SOS, they use that fake meat, and they fill the pot full of cornstarch. So it's like they call it country gravy now. They don't call it chip beef.
General G-Zuc. Hi, General. How's it going? Donated $9.99. He said, I love y'all.
We love you too,
we
General.
love you too. Thank you so much. Super cool.
Very much.
They were saying that shit on the SOS at Tracy and San Quentin was the best.
Yeah, it was. It really was. I mean, it was great. I loved it too. And cholesterol, so what? That shit was good, man. It had big chunks of meat in it. Now get little tiny flecks of meat. It's not even meat. It's 40% soybean, 40% chicken, and 20% beef. It's ground up. Remember that stuff they call pink slime? That's what the meat they give us.
Louis said, what meat? That SOS nowadays has no meat. It's all juice.
Yeah, it's all juice. It's just nasty. And it's not even, you make gravy with grease, and they use cornstarch. It's just gross shit, man.
Steve LeBarber said, starting out with a $200 credit card and then make a payment. So I actually added him to mine, and it hasn't done a crap for him. And we pay it every month. We pay the whole thing off, blah, blah, blah.
So I think I'm going to have to get my own.
Yeah, so we got a plan. Mitch just has to go to the bank to do it. Let's see. Ralph Giamatti said, Mitch, you and Miss Smiley ought to come out in the Southeast. Money goes further. Get a nice house for cheap. Yeah, but my parents live in here, and our kids live here, and so there's that.
Our kids live down the way in the Bay Area, and then her parents live here. Up here in the mountains, we're looking at what, 300 grand. Hopefully, we can get something. And for that, we should be able to get a couple of acres, up to maybe 5 acres, and I can get a little workshop where I can work on bikes and do woodwork. So that's our goal. That's what we're saving for, and that's what we're going to build my credit up for. And her credit's pretty good. So,
Mortal said, hey, Mitch, when did they stop letting guys wear their street clothes in the pen?
Well, I remember in 1988, I went back to San Quentin, and they told me I could keep I had Pendletons. They go, you can keep them, but you can't wear them to the yard. And basically that was the end of that. I would say, I ended up in Tracy. You could still have your own clothes. And then 93, you could still have Levi's. I'm trying to think, around 96, 98, they started doing away with your personal clothes. They did away with colored clothing. Like I had a bunch of, Pendletons with colors, and guys used to wear red or blue rags or green rags, bandanas in their pocket. They took the colors away in the early 90s, but so mid 90s, late 90s, they took the clothes away. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else? Any Yeah. So on credit, like if there's anyone that could carry paper for a loan so we could buy a house, contact us. We're good. We always pay our debts. Yeah. Well, we got to go see my mom. So
Thanks, you guys, for all the good thoughts for her surgery tomorrow. Appreciate it.
Surgery on her, and they're gonna give her.
I know, on Mitch's birthday. It is. Yeah. It's kind of, but we're gonna do dinner with her tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, I think they're gonna keep her overnight. So, but I'm taking him out. He doesn't know where.
They're gonna put a port in her somewhere where so they can give her chemo. So, anyways, we got to go see her tonight, and then we'll be there for tomorrow. Dinner. What'd you say?
Tomorrow's his birthday. Taking you to dinner.
We just make some tacos here.
Let's make some tacos here.
And we got a barbecue out front.
You don't want to go to Tim's Brown Bag tomorrow?
What did you say?
You don't want to go to Tim's?
It's not even open.
It is open tomorrow.
It is?
It is.
Wow.
But did you just say you didn't want to go? Because I'm just checking.
If you ever come to Placerville, you got to go to Tim's Brown Bag. And I'm not plugging him because he's just a guy that him and his dad run this place. Hey, look, our living room is bigger than this little restaurant. Man, they got the best burgers. They make all kinds of weird sandwiches that are killer.
I had a California roll sandwich. It literally I had avocado, sriracha, crab. It was
they make some awesome
good.
Sandwiches.
And they make some bomb ass tater tots. Yeah. So again, are you sure you want to go there tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll go to Tim's.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so you guys have a good night. Thanks for chatting with us. And thanks for all your donations, man.
Thanks you guys very much. Thanks for the good thoughts and prayers for his mom. And thanks for all the happy birthdays. And Anonymous American just super chatted. It was $20.
Really?
Thank you so much. That was super cool of you.
American.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He did actually have a question. He thought I wasn't paying attention, huh, Anonymous?
What is it?
He said, "Hey Mitch, generally speaking, he doesn't." Well, I'm going to read it and you can answer it. Yeah. He said, "What was the demise of the Nazi lowriders? Was it because it all went to their head?"
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a Nazi lowrider. I know they locked them all up, give them indeterminate shoes around 98, 99, and they went to the shoe. And, when you lock everyone up in the hole forever, a lot of guys can't hang. A lot of them did, a lot of them didn't. So once they left the yard, I don't know what happened to them. So.
Hi, me YouTube channel. He said hello from Australia. They said your wife's awesome. Thank you so much.
Cool. I love her.
Thanks you guys for everything.
She beats me.
I do. Every day I beat him.
Yeah. Hey, thank you everybody for tuning in. This is your channel as much as ours. So thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll see you guys on Saturday. And I'm going to put one up. I'm hoping to finish it tonight. The last part of Mitch's. Mitch has got some awesome ideas coming up for how to do some solo ones. So anyways, OG Scotty Blinks gave us $2.
Thank you, Scotty.
You, OG Scotty Blinks. We love you, man. We love you too, Lady P.
Thanks, you guys. Boy. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
And don't forget to watch the movie Hunger.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about that on Saturday.
Yep.
Hit the little red button on the bottom, baby, that says end stream.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
You guys have a good night. Do it hard. Thank you. Always.
Are you saying one end stream? Yes, and hit the red one.
Good night, folks.